Paul, great to have you with me on today's Spotlight. It's Paul Singh from Crown Security Services. Paul, introduce us to your business, please.
My business is Crown Security Services, and we basically provide security services mainly around the West Midlands, sometimes nationally, providing key holding, alarm response, static guardings, mobile patrols, open ups, lock ups, vacant property inspections. We've also got another division which is called VIP Close Protection, where we do sort of close protection to specific people and also do residential security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty broad. Great stuff. So what would you say makes you stand out from your competition, Paul?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Probably quality of service. I mean, all the customers we have at the moment, they're all long-standing customers. So we must be doing something right because we very rarely do we lose a customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been going now?
1999.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a long time. Yep. Great. So what about the business direction? Where's it going in the next 5 years, would you say?
Um, Hopefully we can grow it. Um, we seem to be doing a lot of key holding and alarm response.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that has just grown massively in the last sort of 6 to 8 months. Hopefully we can develop that
Yep.
along with the statics. So, as long as we can gradually grow, that's all we're looking at.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say your biggest learning has been, Paul, since you've been a business owner?
My biggest bit was a few years after we started, um, we was working alongside another company when they built the Bullring Shopping Centre. Now we employed on that site alone at the time there was 104 officers. So there was like 50 odd from our company and 50 from this other company, which was great. But once it had finished, then we had no work for 50 officers.
Right.
So it sort of, made me realise that it's great having the work, but you need to keep planning for the next stages.
Yeah.
So that's what we try and do now.
Great. Yeah, that's pretty important learning. I think there's be a lot of people watching this video that will have
Yeah.
learned that one or yet to learn it. Great, thanks. So what would you say the biggest challenge has been since you've been running the business, Paul?
It's just growing it. I mean, it just marketing, because it's such a specialised thing. I mean, you can imagine not everybody requires security.
Yeah.
And it's just going out there, sort of not knocking on doors, but just keep getting the name out there and hopefully you get feedback.
Mm.
But it is difficult because of the service industry and because at the end of the day, if a customer takes us on, they're not going to make any profits on us. They're actually losing money by employing us, but obviously there's a need.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing biggest challenge we have.
Okay. Fair enough. And with the knowledge you have now, if you were sitting having a conversation with your 18-year-old self, what would you say to you?
Well, it'd be difficult because when I was 18, um, me and my wife, we set up a company called Central Clothing. We used to manufacture waterproofs for sailing equestrian wear. Um, and the biggest problem I found then was we had one customer that gave us more than enough work we could handle. And that was good until the customer decided to sell on. And then the new customer said, well, I don't buy anything in the UK, I import it all. So, it made me think that, you can't rely on one customer. You've got to have a number. You don't want to be reliant on one company because if they pull the plug, basically you've had it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things I'd really do if I was still in the clothing trade. I would look at developing my own brand
Okay.
alongside what we was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing in that was obviously just relying on that one customer.
Yeah.
And obviously, when he sold it, and the other company said, we struggled a bit then.
Yeah.
So I suppose security is the same thing, and it's you've just got to keep plugging away, trying to get work, because
Yeah.
I suppose it's like a funnel. The more you put in, the more comes out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So if there's one piece of advice you could give to the other business owners watching your video, what would it be?
Never give up. Just keep going. I mean, you're bound to hit walls,
Yeah.
but you just have to keep going. I mean, well, just after we started, probably about 3 years down the line, I mean, we had a customer go bump on us, and we could have then thought, we could just close the company down and walk away, but no, we thought, we're onto a good thing here. We just carried on, so we just carried on banging our head against the wall and then overcome the loss.
Right.
So you just got to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah. Agreed. Um, so obviously all of your contact details will be below the video, Paul. What's the best next steps if somebody wants to find out more about you, how you can help them, what you do?
They can call us on the number, the
Okay.
office,
Okay.
or they can email me on my email address, which is p.singer@crownsecurity.uk.com.
Okay. Brilliant. Cool.
Obviously, they can phone us on 0121 5587 999.
Brilliant. Okay. Paul, thanks for your insights this morning. Best of luck with the business going forward. And thanks again.
Yeah, thank you for that.